Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 17. Yeah, last time we got a bunch of kids that are really misbehaving and they are not listening to our heroes to be. Because yes, technically they are still not pro heroes, they are heroes to be. But yes, it's an interesting point of view that we have here. Obviously, so far our two protagonists of this side, well, could be four, but the two that we have been following so far, it's obviously Todoroki and Bakugo, are not exactly good with children. Or you will not think they are good with children. They are powerful heroes, yes. They have amazing quirks, yes. But good with the heroes, good with kids, that's another business completely. So, yes, it's fun to see them outside of what we usually think about what Bakugo and Todoroki should be doing. So it is fascinating to see this series of episodes. So now for them to get their license exam, they need to control these kids, obviously without violence, without hurting the kids. But that is not going to be an easy task because, again, these kids, from what we have seen so far, are used to not having a leader, or at least not an adult leader. They don't listen to any adult. So, yes, they are under no control and they are just doing whatever they want, and it's awful and terrible. Well, you know what I think about kids from my last video. But yeah, it's a fascinating episode. But anyway, yes, let me just remind you that if you enjoy the content of the channel, please consider a subscription and turn on notifications so you can get up to date with whatever we are doing with the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment so I know what you think about my reaction, about the episode, and about my commentary once you see it. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description below, etc, etc. So yes, enough about this, let's just cut the presentation and watch the video, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the 17th episode of the 4th season. And yeah, it was an interesting episode because we have two halves in this one. Obviously, the first part is the pro hero license exam, or kind of the course. It's not an exam, it's just kind of an opportunity, or an extra opportunity for them to take the exam later on. And yes, I love the way they deal with these misbehaving kids. The first part, or the first few minutes of the episode, it was just, oh my god, these kids are amazing. Even Bakugo looks surprised with the freaking balls with teeth. Just go straight through him. Well, not straight through him, just beside him, and just tear apart part of his mask. And I thought, oh my god, this is going to be a full-on brawl. But I love how they changed that. Yes, the kids have amazing quirks, very destructive quirks, but amazing nonetheless. I don't think we saw every single one of the kids' quirks, but it's interesting to see what we saw. Again, and I love what this little part of the episode opened. They call it the... oh god, I forgot the name. The quirk singularity doomsday theory, that's what they call. And this theory obviously speaks about how perhaps one day the quirks are going to be so complex and so powerful that the humanity is going to implode. Because yeah, people say, okay, you cannot control me, there are no heroes powerful enough just as me, so why should I obey anybody? So yeah, it makes sense for this anime to speak about that, because it's a possible future, it's something that could happen. Yes, from what we saw in this episode, this new generation of children, they have more powerful quirks. Luckily, they know how they could handle these kids in particular. They did not attack them, they transformed, or they used their own quirks against them, but in a way in which they could wow the children, in which the children could be not being defeated, at least not in the Bakugo way of thinking of the word defeat, but more like, okay, yes, we're going to show you just how amazing our quirks are. We're not going to beat you, but we're going to make you have fun with our quirks. And that is great, because obviously these kids are still in a mental state in which, oh yes, I am the best, oh yes, the adults are nothing to me, and they are just going to go willy-nilly attacking everybody with their quirks. But if you, as Bakugo said, if you defeat them, like in the sense of just beating the crap out of them, they are going to be resentful because they believe themselves better than you. And when somebody that is inferior to you, and this is I'm speaking about a complex here, beats you or is better than you in some aspect, that creates a trauma in you. And that is a psychological damage that is very hard to repair. This is important, especially coming from Bakugo, because this is something that happened to him. Bakugo, as you know, is not among my favorite characters. I still think he's a very crappy person. But he has been improving. And thanks to the defeat that Deku gave him back in Season 1, back in the first arc that we saw, or the important arc of the long arc that we saw at the beginning of the first season, we know that Bakugo knows the feeling. And obviously everything else that happens later on, culminating in this fight against Deku. Obviously that works wonders for us as an audience, because we got something amazing to see in that fight of the third season. But this is terrible for a person, because this creates something bad for them, something wrong with them. So it makes sense for Bakugo knows this personally. And he's trying to change the future of the kids and letting them know that yes, you have amazing quirks, but don't just use them as you please, because you live in a society that obviously is not going to look that to look good on that. So yeah, when you think about it, it's incredibly complex, the message that this first half of the episode gave us. Because they defeated the kids, but the kids didn't feel defeated. They feel like they are now part of a bigger group in which their powers are important, but they should not be used them just to damage or just to control the rest of the people, adults or children included. And this comes from the leader too, that yes, okay, I said defeated, and it's still being kind of creepy, because again, that child that was the leader is it was kind of creepy by the way he was behaving. So yes, it was a fantastic first half. It was pretty neat, and obviously we got a couple of things that are pretty interesting and fun. First, the quirk that Kami has. Now we really know what her quirk is illusions. I think it's called glamour? Yeah, glamour. And obviously she used this illusion to create a fake Todoroki that is very, I don't know, I want to say glamorous. I was to say fabulous, but I think glamorous is more accurate, because even Bakugo said glamoroki. But what I want to think about that they come out of this is obviously the faces of Todoroki, which is obviously the second point of this, and the face of Bakugo, because Bakugo tried to imitate the illusion of Todoroki, which is a lot of fun, because yeah, this is the real Bakugo doing that, and probably this is one of the few times that I see Bakugo having fun with something. That is important, because again, I'm not entirely sure of this, but this is probably the first time we saw Bakugo this happy. Genuinely happy. Not happy by the suffering, well, kind of the suffering of others, but Todoroki is kind of laid back, saying, oh, sure, whatever. But yeah, and actually we got a smile, a genuine smile from Todoroki in a certain point of the episode. And then, of course, we got the other part of this first half of the episode is with Endeavor. Endeavor is an asshole. I'm not going to deny that, and I think you know how I feel about Endeavor. He's a fucking asshole. That is not going to change so quickly. But what I am feeling about this, and the end, when All for One was facing All Might, and with this part, I'm feeling that the redemption of Endeavor is coming. That's what I think is going on, because yeah, now Endeavor, now that he's at the top of the mountain, that he is the number one hero, now that he is that, he's starting to realize that yeah, him being the number one hero doesn't mean jack shit to the villains. The villains are not cowering in fear at his presence. The people is not feeling more hopeful because now they have a powerful number one hero. He's starting to realize that if he doesn't change the way he is, he's going to be a terrible number one. He's not going to be the number one for long. Somebody else with a better idea is going to come in and get rid of him. He's going to become a weak number one. And obviously, again, this is a supposition in my head. That's why he's trying to change. And he's trying to portray a more humane side of him. And this includes kind of getting closer to Todoroki, to Shoto. And this is the first time I hear a soft voice for Endeavor. This obviously doesn't change all the damage that he already did to Todoroki, to Shoto, because yeah, technically they are Todorokis both. But it's an improvement. I like the way that Shoto reacted to Endeavor, because he doesn't deserve to be forgiven this easily. But I love how Inasa wants to change too, and that's why he approached Endeavor. Do I believe Endeavor deserves a redemption? Yes. But I already told you what I think the only way that you can redeem Endeavor. By him dying, sacrificing himself to save his family. That is the only way, because all the shitty things that he has done. I still don't like Endeavor, but I can understand what the author wants to do with the new number one hero. He wants to redeem him. Now, moving on to the second half. This is going to be a shorter part because obviously the second half is kind of the return of a normal school life. Obviously, they attend to the funeral of Night Eye, and we saw how all of that is being resolved. We're still watching Eri. She is not allowed to have visitors. Hopefully, in the future, that is going to change. But obviously, again, we go back to the normal school life. This is when things work from creepy to funny to ridiculous in the end. Because from a certain point of view, I thought Aoyama was going to be revealed as the traitor of UA, thanks to the behavior that he was having in this second half. My god, he's stalking Midoriya, he's doing something weird, something creepy, leaving pieces of cheese on his balcony. But I still have my doubts because it was treated like a ridiculous stuff. And then in the end it was revealed that actually no, Aoyama feels so close to Midoriya because he feels he is just like him. No, they are not. And I'm not speaking about the main character role, anything like that. But actually, obviously, Aoyama has his quirk from the beginning. He was 7, or I don't know. I don't remember when the quirks start to being shown in the children. But yes, he has his quirk is a natural quirk that is not completely adapted to his body, and he needs additaments so he can control the quirk. That is true. But obviously, we know Midoriya has this quirk, is relatively new. I don't think he has even perhaps a year with the quirk. I think he has a year because yeah, it's September after. Yeah, it's kind of a year, probably more or less like a year. The quirk, so yeah, it's different. But I like how Aoyama feels connected to Midoriya because they are kind of in the same boat. Their quirks are not adapted to their bodies, or their bodies are not adapted to the quirks, better said. So I like this part. what I thought it was going to be creepy and dangerous and evil, it turned out to be wholesome, and then obviously ridiculous with the bathroom break of Aoyama. Yeah, it was kind of relieving because I don't dislike Aoyama. It's not among my favorite. I think he's kind of irrelevant so far, but I like him. It's fun. It's ridiculous. It's a good comic relief, and I did not want him to be kind of this traitor of UA, because yeah, that looming threat of the traitor is not gone. We still don't know who that is. So yeah, that is important to still keep in mind. But I didn't want to be Aoyama. I don't know why, but I didn't want to be Aoyama. Anyway, yes, I think I exhausted the topic of this one. I cannot wait to see where this is going. We're going to continue with the license preparations, with the Pro Hero license preparation, or something else. But yeah, I want to see what is going to happen next with the possible redemption of Endeavor, because yeah, again, that seems to be the topic here. But anyway, yes, the only thing I have to say is obviously if you are not subscribed to the channel, consider a subscription, turn on notifications so you can get up to date with whatever we're doing with the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment so I know what you think about the episode, about my reaction, or about the commentary. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the link's in the description below, and I recommend you to follow me on BitChute so you can, you know, in any case anything happens with the channel, you can get there. And yeah, I usually upload the videos, or at least publish them like an hour or 2 hours before the YouTube videos. Anyway, yes, I think that's it. I hope you enjoy it, and well, see you on the next one. Bye.
Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a like, so the algorithm from YouTube will help me out. And check my other videos, share them, and also why not subscribe to my channel and join this community. And as always, I want to thank you for your attention, your likes, and even your dislikes, your comments, which is something I always look forward to read. And yeah, once more, thanks, and see you on the next one.